Today I want to talk to you guys about the compound effect and how daily consistency will lead to guaranteed success. My name is Sal and I quit my 9-to-5 in March of 2023 to pursue entrepreneurship. I currently own some e-commerce stores and I launched my private community called Untapped Potential. In this video, I'm going to explain to you guys exactly what the compound effect is. We'll talk about the power of daily habits and how to leverage the compound effect in your life for the better. We'll look at Mr. Beast as a case study to see how he has implemented the compound effect to achieve the huge successes he has before looking at the challenges and obstacles that comes with implementing this into your life. And then I will share with you how I have implemented it into my life to improve it for the better. So without further ado, let's get straight into what the compound effect is. The compound effect essentially is the principle that small actions or habits consistently done over a long period of time leads to exponential growth or consequences. A really good example is when you learn a new skill, right? So for example, if you started copywriting, for example, on the first day you write an email maybe for a client. The first time you write that email, you'll do it to a certain level, you'll get feedback, and then the second time you write the email, you're gonna write it to a higher standard, right? And then the third time you're gonna get better, and every single time you write that email, you're gonna see improvement in the quality and the way that you write that email for that client, right? Eventually, if you write an email every single day for your client, you're gonna get to a point where you're writing really high converting emails, which will then result in higher clients, which results in making more money, right? That's just one example of the compound effect. Another example of the compound effect, and remember it's just an example, so I'm not telling you to do this because obviously there's a lot of contrasting views when it comes to this specific thing. But essentially it's saving money, right? If you save $10 every single day, in that moment, it's gonna seem like $10 is nothing, right? Like what on earth can you do with $10? But if you save $10 and you put that aside every single day for the next 1 year of your life, you've basically saved 3,650 pounds, right? Dollars, whichever. But that's basically an example of how when you make these daily habits, eventually it compounds to lead to massive amounts, right? In each of these examples, what the compound effect demonstrates is the power of consistency and these small habits being done on a day-to-day basis, right? So in that moment when you're doing it, it doesn't seem like it's such a big deal. Why? Because you're not seeing this instantaneous impact. But the reality is, when you continue to do this habit over a long period of time, if you write 100 emails every single day over the next 9 months of your life, by the end of those 9 months, you're going to become an absolute expert at it, right? It goes to the analogy of if you spend 1,000 hours mastering one skill, you become in the top 1% of that specific industry that you're in, because most people don't put 1,000 hours into just one thing, but showing you how powerful the compound effect is. So now that we understand and know what the compound effect is, I want to talk to you guys about the importance of daily habits, because like I mentioned, at the end of the day, the compound effect comes from incorporating daily consistent habits into your life. You're sitting there and you're maybe thinking, okay, so I want to see the compound effect in my own life. So the first step is implementing daily habits into your life in order to see that compound effect over a long period of time. But the thing that you have to realize is, whilst the compound effect is something that's very powerful and can improve your life for the better, it can also worsen your life if you're using bad habits on a day-to-day basis, right? And that's why it's really important to distinguish between good habits and bad habits, because the compound effect works either way. I'll give you an example, right? A good habit, for example, if you spend 15 minutes a day exercising and you're not an individual who exercises right now, over a long period of time, those 15 minutes of exercise is gonna make you a fitter individual. It's gonna make you somebody who becomes in better shape over a long period of time, right? But on the other side of things, if you eat a burger every single day, right? You eat a nice fat burger, or you eat some fried chicken every single day. In the first few days, in the first couple of weeks, you're not going to notice the impact that eating that fried chicken or burger has on you. After 6 to 9 months of eating fried chicken and burgers every single day, you're going to see yourself become fat, right? Because of the fact that you're eating this unhealthy, fried, fatty food. And so that shows that the compound effect is powerful, but it's important for you to focus on working on those good habits as opposed to continuously working on the bad habits. So now we essentially know what the compound effect is. We know what drives the compound effect, which essentially is the daily habit. So now I want to talk to you guys about how to actually leverage the compound effect to better your life and become a better version of yourself to attain whatever goal it is that you want to attain in life. In this instance, let's talk about financial freedom. We want to attain financial freedom. We want to escape the rat race. We want to leave our 9-to-5s and become entrepreneurs, because that's basically what I did, right? And And that's something that I feel comfortable talking about, as that's something that I experienced over the course of my life, specifically the last year. You know that you need to implement positive daily habits into your life in order to see the results of the compound effect. But it's really important to understand, okay, I'm not just going to do any random good habit for the sake of it. We need to actually establish what our goals are in life. We need to set daily, weekly, and monthly objectives, right? Because once we do that, we're able to reverse engineer what we want to become in life and break it down into what we need to do on a day-to-day basis. At the end of the day, if you get into a car and you start driving without a destination, you don't know where you're going, right? And in the same way, if you're just implementing random habits into your day-to-day life, but you have no intentionality, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you want to achieve, how on earth are you meant to know what daily habits are going to result in the compound effect that you're looking to gain in your own life? And so to keep it really simple, my advice to you is start with small, easy goals that are achievable. Don't wake up on day one, if you've never done this in your life, and say, today I'm going to write 1,000 emails. That's not realistic. You can't set a goal that's so unrealistic that you're not going to be able to achieve it, right? So if you are a copywriter, for example, what you're going to say is, I'm going to write 2 emails every single day. That's small, that's achievable, that's a measurable goal because you want to become a successful copywriter. In my instance, for example, when I started Etsy dropshipping, I realized I needed to list a new product every day. I had to find a good product to list every day. If I had just started Etsy dropshipping and I was just very much a beginner at it, and I was like, all right, I'm going to list 100 products every single day. I'm going to find 1,000 products and list them on 200 different stores. It's not realistic, it's not achievable, and now I'm putting myself in this position where I'm already behind and I'm demotivated and I don't know how to get there, right? What we want to do is we want to set small, realistic, achievable tasks that align with our daily, monthly, and weekly goals, as we've mentioned, right? For me, for example, when I started Etsy dropshipping, I said, okay, I'm going to open one Etsy store. I'm going to list one product every single day. And I want to have 7 products listed in the first week. I want to have 30 products listed in my first month, right? By knowing what the goals were, I was able to reverse engineering that into consistent daily actions that allowed me to leverage the compound effect for the better. By setting daily tasks, by setting monthly tasks, goals, and objectives in terms of what we want to achieve in the bigger picture and breaking it down to keep it simple, one, we stop ourselves from being overwhelmed and we put ourselves in this position where we're doing things that we know are going to result in success because we've seen other people do the success, and we know that the compound effect essentially is a proven model, a proven analogy that works to any aspect of your life. As we discussed right at the start, what examples of the compound effect are. So as long as you set those goals, you set those objectives, you know exactly what it is that you want to achieve, there's no problem for you to implement those daily habits and daily tasks into your life to improve your life for the better. Now, we've talked about how to leverage the compound effect for the better, right? But at the end of the day, as human beings, we usually don't like to implement things into our life without proof of concept. We like to see that this is actually possible. We want to see that this actually works. And the way that we like to see it is by seeing other people achieve it too, right? So I want to share with you the example of Mr. Beast, right? One of the biggest YouTubers in the world, if not the biggest YouTuber in the world. He now has over 250 million subscribers. He gets 100 of millions of views every single video. But do you think he just got that overnight? Do you think that Mr. Beast just suddenly became this guru at YouTube and became the master of YouTube within like a short period of time? Of course not. We know that's not true. And we can look at it by looking at his life and seeing when he started YouTube. When did he start YouTube? In 2012. He started YouTube over 10 years ago, and he used to record videos every single day. I mean, back then he wasn't even doing the videos that he did now. He started by recording gaming videos and doing commentary on playing the games that he did, right? But what you see if you look at his history, and even he'll talk about it a lot, is he has filmed thousands and thousands and thousands of videos. One of the best bits of advice that he gives to new YouTubers like myself is he says, post your first 100 videos. Every single new video that you post, make sure that you do one better thing and you make one improvement to the previous videos. If you do that and by the end of the 100 videos you've not seen any success or growth, then it's not for you. But I guarantee if you implement that, you're going to see growth, right? And that's a proof of consistency over a long period of time, resulting in the success that he achieved. So if he over 10 years mastered his craft through consistent uploading of videos, analyzing where he went wrong, kept improving and growing, why can't you and I do the exact same thing, right? Of course we can. We have to look at that model and see that he is as successful as he is now. So we have to trust the process, look at him as a proof of concept, and implement it into our own lives to make our objectives, dreams, and goals come true, right? Now we've of course discussed what the compound effect is. We've discussed how daily goals, how daily habits are fundamental and crucial in order to see the effects of the compound effect over a long period of time, right? We've talked about how to leverage the compound effect to actually improve our lives. And we've looked at Mr. Beast as the perfect case study to show that consistency is the thing that will lead to the compound effect that will lead to your eventual success over a long period of time. Now, you might be sitting there and thinking, but yeah, I've already been putting in the work and I've been consistent and, I'm not seeing the results. And, I have these huge goals and expectations and I don't even feel like I'm one step closer to it, right? And the one thing that I want to say to you is that it's completely normal to feel that way because the two biggest challenges and obstacles of appreciating and understanding the effect of the compound effect coming into play is twofold. Number one, the lack of instant results. We live in a world where we are all suckers for instant gratification. We want to see success immediately. We want to see overnight success. We want to become millionaires as quickly as possible. We want to be successful entrepreneurs. We want to quit our jobs overnight and just get there as quickly as possible. The thing that I would say to people like you who are thinking in that way, because I used to think like that once upon a time, you have to have trust in the process. At the end of the day, this is not an overnight thing. The journey to being a successful person, the journey to attaining financial freedom is not something that happens overnight. I am still on that journey. I've been an entrepreneur full-time now for just 1 year, and I'm nowhere near close to the objectives that I've set, but I can see the tangible progress that I've made in the last year through persistence, consistency, and hard work, right? And what I will say to you is if you have faith in the process, if you are resilient and you are adamant that the success will come, and you keep working on these daily habits, the success will come. You just have to be patient and understand that it's not going to happen overnight. The second challenge and obstacle that people sometimes face, which I felt myself, is the feeling of being overwhelmed, right? And when you're being overwhelmed, you have to be very objective and analytical of your situation. Number one, are you setting realistic goals and expectations? Or is your goal for the first week, I want to make £10,000 in the first week, when the most money I've ever made in a week is £250? We have to set realistic goals. We have to set realistic objectives that align with the position that we're currently in life. So it is very important to be realistic. I'm not telling you to aim small and not reach for the stars, but you have to understand that to get to the end point, to get to wherever you want to get to, you're not going to get there overnight, right? And so as long as you're setting realistic expectations, you are understanding that this will be a long process of transformation and hard work and putting in the work over a long period of time, this will allow you to feel a little bit less overwhelmed. The times that you do feel a little bit overwhelmed, what I'm going to tell you is the truth, right? There's no magic trick to solve that. The worst thing that you could do is go and find vices that sort of give you this unrealistic, fake sense of satisfaction and relief, right? You just have to persevere. At the end of the day, like I've mentioned in so many of my previous videos, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like you're going through challenges and obstacles, these are what makes you a better version of yourself. This is what's going to allow you to truly level up and get to that next level in life. So when you feel overwhelmed, remember to realign your expectations to ensure that they're realistic, and trust in the process, and you will see success over a long period of time. To give you my own example, I started Etsy dropshipping in December of 2023, right? I was still working my 9-to-5 job, and right at the beginning, for the first 2 to 3 months, I hardly saw any success, right? I was nowhere near in a position where I was making the money that I wanted to make, but I trusted in the process. I knew that with Etsy in that time, I needed to do a listing every single day. I knew that I had to open up more stores. I knew that my day-to-day tasks would eventually yield to the success. I didn't see success in the first month. Even though I was uploading new products, I was getting a little bit of sales. But at the end of the day, what I saw was once I got the first sale, then I got the second sale, then I got the third sale, then I got the first review that was a 5-star review on the store. As soon as I got the 5-star review, I started to get more sales come in. As more sales came in, I started to get more reviews. And as I started to get more reviews, I started to get even more sales, right? And so what I saw was this gradual snowball effect as a result of consistently listing products every single day and just working on my store and doing what I had to do every single day over a long period of time. It took me 4 months from that point to get to a point to replace my 9-to-5 income at the time. But because I put in the work and I trusted in the process and never gave up, I finally saw the results that my hard work had been craving. And at the end of the day, it was deserved, right? At the end of the day, your outputs will only result from the inputs that you put in. Whatever you put in, you will get out. If you're not successful right now, that means that you've not put the work in yet to be successful. If you've not left your 9 to 5 to pursue entrepreneurship, the truth is you've not deserved it. We all get what we deserve in life, right? Everybody gets what they deserve. And so if you have that mindset, if you adopt those principles, you will be able to leverage the compound effect to such a huge success that you will be successful and attain your dreams over a long period of time. But you have to trust the process and put those daily habits in, day out, day in, day out. There is no day off for good habits. So make sure that you're consistent over a long period of time and watch that compound effect take your life to the next height and improve it for the better. The reason I wanted to share this with you today was essentially to show you how consistency and daily habits allowed me to see the snowball effect and see how powerful the compound effect actually is. And it can be for you too, but are you willing to put in the work? That is the important question. Make sure you are. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope you guys gained some lessons from it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment below telling me what habits you're going to start implementing into your life. Let me know how you're going to change your life for the better to start to see the compound effect take over your life for the better. I've also launched my own private community, which is currently free, so make sure you join it. If you're an individual who wants to live a life of fulfillment, find your purpose as well as attain financial freedom, and you want to be around like-minded individuals who all seek the same thing, make sure you click on the link in the description to join, and I'll see you there, and I will see you in the next video.